I'm here with my classmate from Punahou, Eric Chun, who has 123 tree trimming. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Brooke.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. So we bumped into each other at a reunion this year. We won't say how many years.
Forget how many years already.
That will hurt my heart. And then, so I said to you then, right? I was like, I want you to come on my show because your mom, Peggy Chun, is a very prolific artist here in Wahine, and you as well, an artist. And I thought we should probably talk about the mother-son bond and, you know, art and how it sort of has led you in your life. So thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Where should we start? Like ninth grade? No.
I was doing art back then, sure.
So tell me a little bit about your mom's influence.
Well, I'm an artist today because of her. She was always creative, and over the years, when she turned her attention to fine art and painting, she was amazing at it, very talented right away. And we actually worked together a lot back then.
I mean, she was doing like mugs and like calendars, and I mean, it really became like a whole cottage industry, right?
Yeah, she was able to put her images on, you know,
everything really, right?
Yeah.
And so when you were watching her do the painting, is that something you were like, oh, I think I'm going to be a painter?
She always encouraged my art growing up, and she always told me I was a great artist. I did take that to heart and always felt like I could do it and was always interested in it. So when she was painting, she'd always ask me for help, and I learned a lot. You know, I was in art school at the time in college.
Okay.
And I was always drawn to sculpture.
Sculpture. So do you want to talk about some of the pieces you've been working on?
Sure. Last year, Shangri-La, you know, the Doris Duke house at Diamond Head, they asked me to do a podium for them. They wanted something that reflected, you know, the quality of their speakers and the quality of the building itself.
Right,
you know.
which is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big task actually for me, and I was pretty overwhelmed. So we went about it and we designed something out of monkey pod.
Oh, nice.
That was beautiful, and I was able to choose some very nice wood. Actually, they gave me what they call a jolly panel, and it's this intricate wood panel. And came up with a custom podium for them that had some custom features with special drawer and tray. And so that was really fun, and it was something that really pushed the limits of my skill.
Right. Yeah. Cool. And I know this behind us, I'm just being really neat LA, but there's a sculpture that you're working on. Do you want to talk about that sculpture?
Sure. This back here is reflects what I've been exploring lately, which is my faith. And this figure is of a bodhisattva they call Jizo, someone who helps those in trouble, travelers, children, especially focused on the souls of children who have passed young, helping them across to nirvana. So this is my way of sculpting and sort of, it's a way of practicing. Right.
I've seen some of your stuff that you've done recently, really. Didn't you do like an installation at Hawaiian Electric?
Yeah. They earlier this year, they asked me to do a recreation of their logo in wood.
Wow.
And they wanted to do something for their new executive office downtown. It turned out, felt very fortunate. You know, I was in my shop, and you know, this past year I've had a hard time. I've been afflicted with ALS.
Yeah, we should talk about that for a second, because your mom was struggling with ALS and was having a hard time towards the end, because with her painting, her motor skills were diminishing. And so you were caretaker, right, for her towards the end?
Well, we had a team, but
right.
We were a close family, were her main caregivers.
And so you watched her go through that with her art, and then struggle with the disease, and then unfortunately eventually pass away from it. And then I didn't know this at the time, because you just clarified to me that you were diagnosed in
December of last year.
So now you're living with the diagnosis, right? And so is it affecting your work a little bit, or?
Well, since I've lost the use of my right arm, mostly I can use my hand a bit. But obviously, as a sculptor, that's hard.
Yeah.
So I found ways to adapt, and I'm just trying to just keep going with it as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I get help, I have assistance. So it's been, I can still do a lot with help, but I'm just a lot slower.
Yeah. So do you have a preference? Do you like one more than the other? Do you like doing like the sculptures better than the woodwork, or does it just sort of?
It's a good question though, because it's harder for me to do wood now by myself. So doing this here in clay and doing mold making from there is actually much more
manageable.
Manageable for me.
Got it. See, so you're turning another, adapting, pivoting, if you will.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Yes, pivoting.
So do you have any advice for families that are out there or people that are out there that are facing the same challenge you are with ALS? Do you have, you've seen it from both sides, really.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unique in that situation.
Yeah.
As a caregiver, I think it's really important for families to remember that they need help and to really reach out to the community and friends. I would look to the ALS Association, their care and the resources for getting wheelchairs and anything that someone may need.
Right.
And if anyone's interested in donating to fund research, they're a good place. And also ALS TDI is a research institute in Boston.
Well, we're all pulling for you, classmate.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on the show and sharing a little bit about your connection with your mom and the art. And is there a place where people can see your art? Is there somewhere online?
I do have a website. It's just ericchun.com.
ericchun.com.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, classmate.
My pleasure.
All
Thank
my
you so
aloha
much.
to you. We're going to be pulling for you.
You're the best. Mahalo, Brooke.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.